Today we continue our journey into award-winning cocktails with the Kim from 1963. It was bartender John Durlesser from the Tail O'Clock Bar that won the 1963 California Bartenders Guild competition, which also took place at the Coconut Grove inside the Ambassador Hotel. He beat out the competition, including a couple of famous bartenders. J. Popo Galsini came in second place, and the 1960 United Kingdom Bartenders Guild winner Nick Beeler came in third. If this is your first time watching one of these videos, this is an ongoing series of award-winning cocktails from the 1960s, and this is where I should pump the brakes to let you all know that I have collected many of the award-winning cocktails, but I haven't really parsed through them to see how they're made, which is to the benefit of this series, because had I checked them all, I probably would not have done this, because today we have another Galliano cocktail. And I'm like most people in the world, and I'm just not a big fan of Galliano, but here we are. Ignorance is bliss. The recipe was given in percentages. It gets worse too. It's 50% brandy, 30% Galliano, 20% orange curacao, 10% lemon juice, sugar to taste. And thank you for the recipe, Mr. Billy Bush. I can't say that I'm a fan of recipes in percentages, especially when the total and sum of the percentages equals 110%. The recipe calls for brandy and calls for Paul Mason brandy, which you can pick up for just $4.49, but my store is out, so I got even fancier. But I have adjusted this cocktail slightly just to make sense, not to really change the ingredients at all. So let's just get this over with and make the Kim cocktail from 1963. Start with half an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 ounces of orange curacao, 1 ounce of Galliano, and then 2 ounces of brandy. Keep an open mind. Be positive. Be positive. All right, let's try the Kim. Cheers. This is conflicting to me right now because expectations here are that this is bad. I used very cheap brandy. Shout out to Gallo. And I used Galliano, which I don't like. And I also used a very cheap orange curacao, which is my favorite orange curacao. But something about the combination of these proportions makes something that does it taste great? No, it's not great. Better than the sum of its parts, for sure. Because the full ounce of Galliano in there, if you blindfolded me and had me taste this cocktail, that wouldn't have been the first thing I came to. And oftentimes, we get sucked into these Galliano and orange juice cocktails. And that to me is a bad combo. Now we're using orange curacao, totally different ingredient that's not really related to orange juice. It's first of all sweet, but has orange peel notes to it. So Galliano in general, it's a bit vanilla-y, it's a bit herbal. There's that anise, that flavor that you get, the anise licorice-y flavor you get from absinthe and Pernod. And then it's almost like there's a touch of lavender in it. And I think that there probably might be. But those, I say, I don't like this bottle for a lot of reasons. First of all, the flavor of it. But in this case, I think it works. But the practicality of it. It is the tallest bottle on any bar of any regular brand that you can find. You have to build your shelves around bottles like this. Is the tallest bottle by far. This bar behind me, every single bottle here fits. Even like those tall Nova Fogo ones fit. This bottle right here, it doesn't even get close to fitting. My side shelf here that I built, I had to keep in my mind that on the bottom, it needed to be a good 6 inches taller than a normal shelf because of bottles like this. It's 17 and 5/16, okay? Why does it need to be this big? I get the time and they're trying to stand out, but today, can we just shrink it down? I know everyone's gonna say, oh, buy a 375. No. Can we just shrink it down a little bit? I didn't know this till right now. Bowls. The people at Bowls. You know I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of all of your stuff. Can we shrink this thing down? Can we just make it, keep the iconic Roman column look to it, just shrink it down 5 inches, so we can put this back on our bar shelves, please. So the Kim, it is not great, it is not bad, but it is better than the Golden Dream, the one we shared that's from the 50s. I don't want to encourage anyone to get a bottle for this cocktail, but we have to assume that it's going to be showing up again. Seems like the 1960s, this is the hot commodity. So overall, the Kim cocktail, award-winning cocktail, I had a thing that I was going to say. I was like, obviously, these competitions are all scams. But not, I could see why this, at that time, would possibly win a competition because it's super interesting. I don't want to go as far as to say that it's great or delicious, but I think some of you would like this. The brandy pairs nicely with the Galliano to provide like sweetness with the orange curacao and the lemon juice. So no other syrups in here. That lemon juice comes through a lot. It's like a very fancy lemon drop, I guess, kind of. But overall, it is not bad, and that's not me just trying to will it into positivity. I just think it's actually not bad. I think it might even be good. So there you go, folks. The award-winning cocktail from 1963, Kim, is what it's called, and I kind of like it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. And hey, if you want to support this channel more, you can check out my Patreon page. Otherwise, see you in the next one.
Mm-hmm.